Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Salesforce for interior designing services. So do you also run a business related to interior designing? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I run a business related to same and we use IndiaMART to sell our services online. So now what I want is that as soon as a new lead or a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMART account, I automatically want to add that same lead details into my Salesforce account so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Salesforce account. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to understand how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Salesforce for interior designing services. So as you know that I manage an interior design business and we frequently receive a high volume of inquiries through IndiaMART. So to streamline our lead management process, what I want is I want to add new IndiaMART leads directly into my Salesforce account so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So but as you know that IndiaMART and Salesforce doesn't have any native connection to do this. So in order to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly and we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So here I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month. But I'm an existing user, so over here I'm going to click on sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So in order to access my Pabbly Connect account, we are going to click on access now. And as soon as we are going to click on access now, right over here, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So here you can see multiple folders which I have previously created in order to save my workflows in. So if you wish to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And for me, I'm going to use this folder to save my workflow in which says automations. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be this which says how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Salesforce for interior designing services. And then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the command given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMART right over here. So I'm going to search for IndiaMART, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it because I want to capture the IndiaMART lead details. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here I want that as soon as a new lead is captured, my workflow should be triggered or started. And as soon as we are going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL and also few steps. So what we have to do is first we are going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow these steps in order to connect our IndiaMART account with our Pabbly's workflow. So where you can see that it is saying log into your IndiaMART account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab, go to import export leads from the three dots and then click on I am leads push API. So yes, we are going to follow the same. I'm going to open my IndiaMART account and as you can see this is my IndiaMART account. And now what we have to do is we have to go on the left sidebar and over here you can see lead manager. So you have to go on this lead manager, and after coming towards the lead manager, over here you can see three dots. We have to go on this which says menu, and now we have to click on this import export leads and then push API. And as soon as we are going to come in right over here, it is asking me for the source. So here you can see in the help text it is saying choose other in the select source option. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to select my source as other right over here, and now after selecting my source right over here, it is asking me for the CRM platform name and the webhook listener URL. So as you can see that it is saying enter Pabbly Connect Connect in the CRM platform name. So yes, we are going to do the same. I'm going to enter my CRM platform name as Pabbly Connect. And after entering this, it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And after entering all of these details, we are going to click on Save Details. And now over here, it is asking me for the reason. Why do I want to shift my IndiaMART leads to any another application? So over here, you can see any one reason which you want. But over here, I want my reason to be, I can easily assign my leads to my sales team and manage their performance. And then we are going to click to generate OTP right over here. And as you can see that it is saying OTP sent successfully. So we are going to enter the OTP. And after entering this OTP, we are going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see that it is saying integration live. So this means that we have successfully connected our IndiaMART account with our Pabbly's workflow. But over here, you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response. And in the notes, it is saying now do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So you must be wondering, what is this? So what I want to create a dummy lead or a test lead right over here so that we can capture the details for the same and create this workflow. So in order to capture this dummy lead, I've created another IndiaMART account. So I'm going to open it. So as you can see that this is my test IndiaMART account. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the same product or the same service which I've connected recently with my workflow. So I'm going to look for Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited right over here. And as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And after selecting this, we have to go on this Pabbly Connect, and then we are going to go on contact supplier. So again, I'll just let you know that this is the same service which I connected right now with my workflow, and I'm going to do the test submission for the same only so that I can capture the response. And now it is asking me for the requirement details. So I want it to be this, which says bulk order for interior design services for 15 commercial office spaces in Bangalore, looking for modern design solutions including furniture and decor for each space. And now we're going to click on next, and it is asking me for the GST number. So as you can see that it is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank and click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see your details have been sent to Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this test submission. And now what has happened is that IndiaMART has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response for the same or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here you can see the response details. So as you can see the status, you can see the unique query ID, you can see the subject. But you must notice that the subject says requirement for Pabbly Connect free demo available. So you must be wondering that this is not the subject which we entered, right? So basically I'm using a test IndiaMART account. That's why I've received this default subject. If you're using a live IndiaMART account, you're going to receive the live details of your lead only. But over here I've received the another details which are real, which I've entered in test submission, but only this subject is a default subject. As you can see the state, you can see the pin code. We are going to move on forward. You can see the sender's name. Over here you can see the email received, and as you can see the company, we are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the unique message which we entered, which was bulk order for interior design and services. So yes, you can see that we have successfully received this query too, and upon receiving this we have successfully completed our trigger step and we have successfully received the details of our lead. So now what I want is I want to add these same lead details in my Salesforce account. So in order to do this, we are going to set up our action step. And now from action application, we are going to select it as Salesforce, because I want that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, I want to add the lead details to my Salesforce. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for the action event, we are going to select it as create lead, because I want to create a lead. And then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this button which says connect with Salesforce. So I'm going to click on this button right over here, and as soon as we are going to click on over here, you can see that it is asking me for some permissions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also read the permissions and click on allow because Pabbly is safe. So here we are going to click on this button which says allow in order to give Pabbly all the permissions. And as soon as we're going to click on allow, yes, you can see authorization successful. We have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the lead details like the last name, the first name. Over here you can see that it is asking me for the company, the phone, and many another details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter all of these details, but we are not going to enter it manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means insert inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMART as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So with here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the last name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the last name of my lead right over here like this by manually typing it. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if you're going to map this from the previous response, suppose I'm going to look for name in my previous response, and as you can see, name, which is test lead. So let's suppose that we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. But as you can see that this is the full name of my lead, which is test lead. But over here we only have to enter the last name and first name separately. So over here, but I've received the response of full name. So in order to split this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this full name in last name and first name. And in order to do this, we are going to add a action step between our IndiaMART and our Salesforce. And now for my action application, we are going to select it as text formatter by Pabbly. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the text. And now it is asking me for the action event. So we are going to select it as split text and click on connect. And now it is asking me for the text to split. So now over here we are going to map the name. So I'm going to look for name, and as you can see, test lead. So we're going to map it. It is asking me for the separator. So in the help text, it is saying enter the characters or words to split the text. For space as separator, use space. So over here for me, the space is the separator. So I'm going to use this space right over here. So I'm going to copy it from down and we're going to paste it right over here under the separator. And now it is asking me for the segment index. So I'm going to keep it as all and click on save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have successfully received test and lead differently. So now I'm going to map both of these right over here. So over here for the last name, we are going to open the response from our text formatter by Pabbly, and as you can see the result. So we're going to map the last name, which is lead, and same we are going to do with the first name, which is test. So now after mapping both of this, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the title. So if you wish, you can definitely add a title right over here, but I don't wish to add. So we are going to move on forward. We are going to map the company right over here. So I'm going to look for company in the previous response, and as you can see, marketing solutions. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone number. So yes, we are going to enter the phone number right over here. As you can see the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the email. So yes, we are going to map the email too. I'm going to search for email, and as you can see, test@pabblytudes.com. So we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the website and description. So if you wish, you can definitely add both of these, but these are not the required fields. So I'm going to leave it as blank. It is asking me for the lead source. So I'm going to keep it as other. It is asking me for the status. So we are going to keep it as open, not contacted. It is asking me for the rating. So let's suppose that I'm going to keep the rating as warm right over here. And now it is asking me for the street. So if you wish, you can definitely add this. It is asking me for the city and country. So if you wish, you can definitely add all of these details, but I don't wish to add. So, and also these are not the required details. So directly I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this button which says save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have successfully received a positive response, that we have successfully added the details in our Salesforce account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Salesforce account and look for the same details which we received from our IndiaMART account. So I'm going to open my Salesforce, and from here we have to go on leads. And as soon as we're going to go on leads, yes, you can see recent item test lead. So I'm going to open it right from here, and yes, you can see name test lead. You can see the company, marketing solutions. Over here you can see the lead status. You can see the lead source. Over here you can see the rating which we entered, which is warm. You can see the phone number and the same email address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully added our lead details received from our IndiaMART account to our Salesforce account. And upon adding this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected IndiaMART. For the trigger event, we selected new leads. For the action application, we selected text formatter by Pabbly and Salesforce, because I wanted that as soon as the new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically wanted to add these same lead details into my Salesforce so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. This ensures that every inquiry is captured and organized effectively, allowing my team to track the potential client details, service requests, and follow-up actions in one place. By automating this process, we save time on manual data entry, reduce the risk of missing any potential clients, and improve our ability to respond promptly to inquiries, ultimately enhancing the customer satisfaction and boosting sales conversion. So yes, this was a simple integration, or you can say connection, between our IndiaMART account and our Salesforce account. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the lead details we added to our Salesforce account with the help of this workflow during this video. So yes, now as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMART account, automatically the details would be added to my Salesforce without any manual efforts. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.